So I was officially diagnosed with autism at 29 years old. But before I tell you what happened, I have to say that a couple of years before that, I accepted myself as autistic after making some research on the internet about Asperger syndrome. So it was not a surprise for me. Okay, I was extremely confident that I was autistic. It's something that was already accepted. I made some deeper research, okay, about the symptoms, and I definitely recognize myself in some of those. So after that, I started developing more health issues, okay? But the moment where things got much worse for me is when my dad was diagnosed with cancer. Unfortunately, not too long after that, my mental health issues started getting much worse. And I'd say it was maybe a year later, if I remember correctly. This is when I finally decided to go to a clinic, okay, to see, to meet a doctor to see if they could help me, because I felt that maybe I had a depression or something else. But in reality, I'm not sure if I was really depressed. Okay, but this is the moment where I finally decided to go there. And what happened is that the doctor decided to send me to another clinic. Okay, so I went there, and this is when I talked with two women, some social workers. And yeah, I met them for a certain amount of weeks. So they asked me some questions. And at some point, they also asked me if they could speak with my parents, especially my mom. And I was pretty hesitant at first, but then I accepted. So they do that to see if they could, spot certain things that I did when I was very, very young, things that I cannot remember, and maybe my mom could remember. And sometimes this is the way that that's what they use sometimes to have a better idea if you could be autistic or not, because there's some clues sometimes when you're very young. So I don't know what they said to each other, but yeah. So she talked with my mom, and at some point they decided to meet them. Okay, so not only meet my parents while I was there, but also there was a psychiatrist that was going to be there, someone that was looking at my case in the background. But I just met him, like, at that time I hadn't met him only once. And so when we met, this is when he officially said that he thought, okay, after looking at the case and everything that I talked about with the social workers, he thought that I had Asperger syndrome. So obviously, I was not surprised. But it's still preferable to know for sure, even if it's not 100% certain. It was obvious to them that I was. And it was a touching moment, you could say, and my parents even cried. And if I remember correctly, even one of the social workers also cried. It's because probably, this is something that can explain a lot of things that happened to me. Okay. things that I've done or not done in the past. For example, staying constantly isolated, staying in my room, constantly playing video games, watching movies. Autism can definitely explain some of those things. So I guess that it was touching for them, even if they don't completely understand autism. Even today, my parents probably don't understand it too much. It's better to know, okay, that I have a certain condition that can lead to that. So yeah, it was definitely touching, and it helped me. Even if I had already accepted myself as autistic, this is definitely something that can help. Okay, and I know that some of you may think that they could be autistic, and it's definitely preferable to go get diagnosed. Okay, just in case that you could be, and you can also make some research on the internet. Okay, maybe you could recognize yourself in some of those symptoms. Yeah, it definitely helped me when I accepted I was autistic. It helped me to accept some of my awkwardness, you could say, some of the things that are pretty different. Okay, stuff that people can maybe not like. It definitely helped me to not care about what they thought about that. Okay, so it's definitely positive when you know that you have a condition that can lead to some of those things. It can also help you to try to force yourself to do more, to get better. Even if I didn't do enough, I admit, it's definitely a good start. So if you guys think that maybe you could be autistic, like I said, I highly recommend you to go get diagnosed, and hopefully if you do it and you do get diagnosed with autism, hopefully it's going to help you to move forward in your lives. So thanks for watching, and see you in another video.